Want to have your very own free-range egg farming business? Welcome to Green Grass Egg Farming Podcast with Daniel O'Brien, the show dedicated to giving you the latest tips, ideas and interviews to help you produce the best tasting free-range eggs and sell your eggs for the highest price. And here's your host, Daniel O'Brien.
Daniel O'Brien here. Welcome back to greengrasseggfarming.com. My special guest today is Shane Ellis from Gippsland Free Range. Welcome.
Thanks, Daniel. How are you going?
Very good. How are you today?
Oh, going well. Thanks, yeah.
It's good to have you back on the show again.
Yeah.
And today we're going to talk about adding an egg business to an existing farm. And it's something that a lot of people can do. You don't need to start a farm just with chickens. You might have other animals or an orchard and add an egg farm to it. So I wanted to talk about, in your experience, how that worked for you and the benefits of that.
Yeah, yep. Yeah, well, we come from a beef cattle background, and so our parents of both families, my wife and mine, both have beef cattle, and we looked at it. I suppose the initial thing was that the cost of fertiliser, cost money-wise, one, and just how good our chem fertilisers are for our soil, I suppose. We started looking at it in a few different ways, more of a more natural way to fertilise, but also as a dollar cost. And when we looked at that and what we could do by introducing chickens, it was pretty exciting. We saw that, you know, if you've got someone moving beef cattle about for you, or you're doing it yourself, so you've already got the labour component there out in the paddock, so then another job out there collecting the eggs or moving the chickens really isn't going to be too much to ask. Yeah,
right. So with the cost of fertiliser compared to chickens, like, did you actually do the costings of, say, we're going to spend X in a year or a month on fertiliser compared to chickens, or?
No, we kept it pretty simple, Daniel, just looking at what we were spending on farm and farmers were spending on farms annually with fertiliser.
Yeah, right.
And as it got more expensive, what we're seeing was there was less getting put on. So not really sure whether they were getting results.
Yeah, okay. So they thought, save a bit of money, don't put as much on, but you get what you pay for. You don't put it on, you don't get the result sort of outcome.
Yeah. So, and as I say, they're looking at maybe a more natural approach to it. Chook manure has always been fairly popular to spread on farm from the big factory setups. Not that I've done that, but I just think you can't do any better than getting it straight from the manufacturer of the chicken.
Yes.
And they are great. There's other, not just the fertiliser we've sort of realised as well, but busting up cow dung. If you haven't got active dung beetles there, you might have crickets come in, or slugs or grubs, that sort of thing that might come in that you would normally be quite concerned about in pasture crops.
Okay.
That your chickens, they love them, and they do really well at them, and it's protein I don't have to pay for. So
yeah, no, it's brilliant. I know I've got customers down in South Australia, and they get this little white snail, and it's not something I'm familiar with. Yep. And the chickens love it, because it's a snail, it's protein, and they just annihilate this thing. So, like, in the area, when I say annihilate, they don't, like, wipe it out of the region, but, like, if there's a new paddock they go into and this little snail, they're like, yep, it's Christmas. Let's eat these things.
Yeah. Yeah,
so,
no,
yeah, they do a fantastic job at little bugs and beetles and such.
They're pest controllers as well as fertiliser machines, and they give us this wonderful byproduct, the egg that we get to sell.
Yeah. So how have you found integrating them with cattle? Obviously, you've got the benefits of fertiliser. They can sort of eat bugs that could come in. They can spread the cow manure around, which that in itself is a good thing.
Yep.
Is there any downsides that you'd have to look at if you've already got cattle and you're going to bring chickens into the mix? Like, is there any conflict from your experience why it wouldn't work?
No, I think you've just look at probably a grazing plan, depending on what type of grazing system you run with cattle. If it's a fairly set stocking sort of arrangement where they're in a paddock for a long period of time, it doesn't work all that well with chickens, and really that's we prefer a shorter, more intense graze time with a longer rest recovery period with our cattle for grass, but it also that works really well for the chickens as well. The rest recovery time behind them to let their fertiliser do the work, the impact the chickens may have had on the ground gives it time to recover. So I think probably the only thing some people may have to look at changing their grazing management with cattle. That might not be refencing the whole farming. That might just be done with poly wires, just in front of your chicken enclosures.
Yep. So with your current grazing plan with the cattle, how long are they in sort of an area for? Are they move like daily or weekly, or what are you looking at?
Yeah, depending on the time of year. If we're in a high growth time, I'll move them more often and they'll be on smaller areas. So that works really well with the chickens. So we're looking at up to 2 days.
Yep.
Two days. And unfortunately, the chickens can't keep up with the cattle. So sometimes we do have to come back and we might have to just do a very gentle regraze, which we've got to be careful about doing so we don't exhaust plants. But we do a regraze just so that our electro-netting works and protects our chickens.
Yeah, just so you're eating that down in front of the chooks where you're about to move them on to.
Yep. And if you don't do that, it's fine as long as you run wheel tracks or something where you're going to put your electro-netting. That's fine. But look, I like to do it with the cattle where I can, as long as I'm not overgrazing.
Yeah. Okay. So what have you found since you've started to now, the impact the chickens have had? Because like the motivation being cost of fertilizer to save that. How long was it till you first saw a result, and what are you sort of looking at now in terms of the fertiliser the chooks are bringing to your farm?
Well, it's you could almost say it's immediate depending on the time of year. In our growth season, it is immediate. You'll see if we're in high growth time, you will see the square. If the chicken caravan is sat for 1 or 2 nights in the one place, after say a rest of 14 days, you'll start to see exactly where that van sat.
Yeah.
And if you're just moving it forward, you almost see this long rectangle line running up your paddock, and you think, oh, what's going on there? Something. But that's the effect that the chicken manure has in a growth time. You won't see it in we have our 4 seasons here. Our 2 growth seasons are our autumn and spring.
Yep.
Winter we just have to be a little bit careful of damage, but it'll set you up if you can get chickens across paddocks in the winter, not causing any damage or minimal. As long as you've got a long rest recovery time, it'll be ready to go and really set you up for the springtime.
Yeah, okay. Because all that manure is
Yep.
effectively just sitting in the ground or on the ground, and when that bit of rain comes, it's just going into the whole system and turning into good grass.
That's right, yeah. And even though you could be standing inside one of the 50 by 50 enclosures the chickens are in, you'll see under the van they're doing most of their pooping at night. But you try and find a spot in that paddock to sit down, and you'll be sitting in chicken manure as well. So they spread it out.
Obviously it's a good area, and that's what we covered in the last podcast when we talked about electric chicken fencing. That 50 by 50 metre area, it's not too small where they're going to overgraze it and pound it, because we don't want that, but it's not too big where they're not doing the impact. So
that's right.
Yeah.
So another thing too is, it might not be your farm you're bringing the chickens to. I suppose it's. I work for a family and manage the day-to-day operations on a beef property of theirs as well, and so for us to take chickens there, I go there every day to move cattle and do general maintenance as well. For us to take chickens there, which we'll be doing fairly soon, it doesn't really add anything on my day except that bit of time to go and collect. But the vans are very efficient, so it's a matter of collect those eggs, move my cattle, do my other work, and at the end of the day, take my eggs home with me. Yeah,
right. So the motivation to take your chickens to that other farm, again, is that for fertiliser for their farm?
That's right. Yep, that's right. Yep. We're sort of looking at a more natural approach there as well, and a time management, time grazing sort of system with the cattle, and the chickens will be a great addition to that operation as well.
Yeah, fantastic. So it sort of sounds like if you want to save money on fertiliser, get it straight from the factory. I like that. Straight from the little chicken, and they'll run around and put it, spread it around that area. So long as you keep moving that area, you've just got fertiliser on tap, And hey, you get a benefit of eggs, which you can then go sell. So
That's it. That additional, well, layering on farm, I suppose, that additional income.
yeah, yeah, excellent. No, well, we've just been a short episode, but I think we've covered what we need to. So for anyone that is looking at, like they're going, okay, I'm going to spend so much on fertilizer, look at the options of chickens, because they're going to sort out that fertilizer for you, and you've got a profitable business to be able to sell eggs. And done right, so long as you're not overgrazing, it'll actually benefit your beef operation or any other operation for that matter. It's not going to sort of, it's not a case of you have to buy some chickens in but then get rid of like half your cows, because it'll work in conjunction. Is that what you've found as well?
It's a really good point, Daniel. It really is. You wouldn't have to sell if you're grazing property with your beef cattle. As long as you've got grass behind you, you wouldn't have to sell one of those cows to bring in 400 or 800 chickens. In fact, what you find after probably as short a time as 1 year is that you may need more cows because you'll be growing more grass.
Yeah. No, that's fantastic. Just to know that. Yeah, that's what every farmer wants, more grass. And you're doing that by adding another income stream to your farm. It's almost unheard of. You're like, how does that work?
And it's if you increase that carrying capacity of cattle, it's like someone's just given you some more land for free. And you've had the additional income of those eggs from the chickens. Yeah,
so don't have to buy more land, don't have to have the cost of fertilizer, and you've got another income stream being eggs, and then in time, done right, you can actually increase your cattle. So it's a win-win, a tick in all boxes. So
absolutely.
Yeah. Well, thank you for your time again today, Shane. I'm sure everyone has got a lot of benefit out of what you've had to share.
Good as gold. Thanks a lot, Daniel.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining us on Green Grass Egg Farming Podcast. For transcripts and other free resources, please go to greengrasseggfarming.com.